who was illegally sold into slavery in Alabama. Truth moved to New York City in 1828, where she worked for a local ministry. By the early 1830s, she participated in the religious revival that was sweeping the state and become a charismatic speaker. Characteristic speaker. In 1843, she declared that Spirit called on her to preach the truth, renaming herself Sojourner Truth. As an itinerant preacher, Truth met abolitionists William Lloyd Garrison and Frederick Douglass. Garrison, anti-slavery, organized, encouraged Truth to give speeches about the evils of slavery. She never learned to read or write. In 1850, she dedicated what would become her autobiography, The Narrative of Sojourner Truth, to Oliver Gilbert, who assisted it in publication. Truth survives on sales of her book, which also brought her national recognition. She met women's rights activists, including Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony, as well as a temperance activist, because both, as well as temperance advocate, both causes she quickly campaigned. In 1851, Truth began a lecture tour that includes a women's rights conference in Akron, Ohio, where she delivered her famous "Ain't I a Woman" speech. "Ain't I a Woman" speech says, "Well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. I think that twixt the Negroes of the South and the women of the North all talking about rights, the white men will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all that here talking about? The man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best places everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best places. Ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arms. I have plucked and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could hear me. Ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it and bear the lashes as well. Ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most of all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. Ain't I a woman? Then they talk about this thing in the head. What's this they call it? Members of audience whispering. That's it, honey. What that got to do with women, rights and Negro rights? In my cup won't hold but a spit, a pint, and yours hold a quart. Would you be mean not to let me have any of your little measures filled full? Then the little man in black there says, woman can't have as much as right as men, because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God, a woman? Man had nothing to do with him. And the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down, all alone. These women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now they're asking to do it. The men better let them. Oblige to you from the hearing me, and now Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say.
All right. Amen. Now look here, y'all millennials, when y'all go Google, ain't I? Don't find Brother Calvin Tim Harris. That's a different version. That's not gonna be the same version. Put it Sojourner Truth first, ain't I? And y'all gonna find a whole other version. No. Never going to my neighbor, so I ain't I. Oh God.
You know what, Pastor?
So make sure y'all put in the right thing. But hey, amen. Like yes, women, if they can see a great man look what his woman look like.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I see you under that mask, girl. I'm gonna quit bothering you. Come and get it in the trouble. You have anything else, Pastor?
Did y'all talk about the potatoes and the macaroni back here?